Here's a standard Pentaho user console, and there's three ways to start um, Dashboard Designer. The first one is here, the new dashboard button. The next one is up here. You've got the new dashboard button in the top left-hand corner, and you can also go File, New Dashboard. Now there are several different components to the Dashboard Designer screen. So this is the canvas here, and in the canvas you've got multiple panels. So this is a standard 2-on-2 panel. Now down the bottom here, sorry, canvas. Down the bottom here you can select from multiple different templates to build your dashboard from. So you can have one single report with inside your dashboard, or 3 columns, or 1-on-2. You can also build your own customized templates, which is an advanced topic, but it is covered thoroughly on Pentaho's Info Center, which is infocenter.pentaho.com. You've also got in this section under General, so sorry, you've got the Object section here. So you can see your different panels, prompts, and General. So General settings is templates, and you can also select your themes, so that will change the colors of your toolbars and the way things look. And Onyx is the normal screen that most people see. The next section is Properties, and this is where you would name your dashboard. So this page title turns up where it says New Dashboard up there. So we'll just say Page Title as an example. So as you can see, it now says Page Title up the top there. You also have in version 4.5 a new feature which allows you to resize the panels. So I can click on the resize button here and make panels bigger or smaller as I wish. And that will persist once you've saved your dashboard. If I come in here, I can just reset that back to any of the defaults. So what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild 2 of the sample dashboards from the Steel Wheels examples. So you can find these dashboards already inside of Steel Wheels dashboards, and the 2 samples that we're going to build today are the sales KPI dashboard and the regional performance dashboard. Okay, so let's get into it. So first and foremost, to build the sales KPI dashboard, we're going to change our layout to a 1-on-2. Right? So that gives us 1 panel up the top and 2 down the bottom. We're then going to change the title in the properties section to Global Sales Summary. Now once we've done that, we're going to then add some content. Now adding content to Dashboard Designer is really simple. You can drag and drop content into the panels here, or you can also build data using the chart data tables, or you can even put in your own URL pages directly from here. We'll go through and we'll have a look at some charting examples in the next dashboard. So first and foremost, we're going to use the line sales by territory chart. So we're just going to simply drag that across into the panel that I want it. Give it a few seconds to run, and there's the report. The next part to this report is to add the sales trends multi-line chart. And finally, the top 10 customers chart. Now, it's very important for readability for your end users to make sure you change these titles. So we're going to rename this one to top 10 customers. And in this section, you must hit apply to get that to save. I'm going to change this one to sales trends and apply. And in the top one, we're going to rename that one to global sales summary as well. Alright, now once you've built your dashboard, you can simply go and hit the save button, select where you want to save it to, and we'll just call this one sales KPI dashboard. Okay, now that that is saved, we can just close it. We can go into our webinar. You now see the dashboard here. I can launch it. And we'll see the report as designed. Now we're going to come back in a minute after we have a look at the regional sales performance dashboard, and we're going to have a look at how to parameterize this report or this dashboard. We'll just close that down now. The next one that we're going to do, so we're just going to click here for a new dashboard. The next one is a lot more fun because we're going to use flash charts. So we need a 2x1 report. So there's my 2x1. Okay. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to, of course, once we've selected our layout, we're going to come in here and rename the page to regional sales performance. And then we're going to come in and have a look at our panel 1. So in this particular example, this is going to be our sales recent sales report. Now to build the recent sales report, we come in here and we click on chart. And we need to select the data source. In this case, we're going to use orders. Now these data sources are not your your database, sorry, your cube schemas that you use in Analyzer. These are your metadata schemas, which are different. So what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a query. So we're going to get in here our product lines. And we're going to put in a sum of the total of orders. And if we do a quick preview on that, we can see all our values there. We can hit OK. Now, we select our chart type. In this particular instance, we're going to use a pie chart. Now, there are a few extra charting options in here than what you do get in Analyzer. So we're going to select a pie chart. We're going to use the legacy theme. We're going to set our series to be product line, and we're going to set our values columns to be total. And it will generate the chart for us as a sample. We just hit OK. And there's our chart. Now, as you can see, it's got a different look and feel to your normal Analyzer pie charts. One of the interesting ones is when you fly over, the part of the pie actually pushes out, and you can see that it's 4 million of 10 million sales, total sales. Okay, we'll have a look at building another chart here. So we're going to build this time. This is going to be our recent sales performance. So again, this is from orders. And we're going to put in here our order date and our product line. And we're going to get a total. And we're also going to sort it by order date. So we'll hit OK there. And we're going to make this one a line chart. We'll just use the legacy theme, and we're going to use product line, and we're going to use order date, and we're going to use total. Now, because I haven't put any filters on that query, it's just a little bit big. So we might just go back and edit that query. And we'll put in that the order date is greater than or equal to 2005-04-01. Let's force it to be the US as well. Need to narrow down this report. Country. Exactly matches USA. Right. We'll hit OK there. And there we can see the our shipments, our vintage cars and ships and classic cars over this date range here for the USA. Now, we'll just rename that to sales trends. Now lastly, we're just going to pull in another report into here, which is the regional product report. And we're going to put it in this side here. We're just going to save that. Webinar 41. Region. Okay. Now these reports by themselves are interesting, but are not overly useful because we don't know, we can't filter them to find out more information or more specific information. So we can actually add prompts to these reports to make them more useful. So the first thing we do is we go back into edit mode, and in this section here we've got prompts, and we're going to build a couple of prompts here. We're going to create one for territories, product line, and country. So we hit the plus, and we're going to build it off a metadata list. We're going to select borders. Oops. Select borders, and we want customer, and we want country. And we're going to put in here that we want to default the report to show we want this to be a drop-down list. We want it to allow multiple values. We're going to show 4 values at a time. And we're also, this is a tricky part, we're also going to have a couple of countries selected by default. So we're going to have Canada, the pipe symbol, which is the straight up and down line, and USA. The pipe symbol here tells it that they're 2 separate values that are being listed together. So if we hit OK there, we now have our list, and we can see that you can only see 4 at a time. Canada is selected, and the USA is selected. So we're going to add another prompt. This time it's going to be on products. So product line. And just simply put it into there like that. And this one we're going to have it as buttons. We're going to show them horizontally. We're going to allow us to have multiple selected at a time. And we're going to specify that we want classic cars. So these are going to be our default values that are going to be selected. Product line. So as you can see, we've got classic cars, and I must have spelt motorcycles wrong in there because motorcycles isn't selected. Left the R off. So now you can see that classic cars and motorcycles are selected by default. Now, the last part that we're going to put in there is a filter for territory. So if we click on the add button again, we're going to base it on metadata, select orders, customer, and territory. And this one we're going to have as a radio button listed vertically, and the default value is going to be NA, which I'm pretty sure is not meant to be for not applicable. Okay, now we've got all these prompts, we now need to work out how to use them. So what we do is, for example, we go back onto our recent sales and we click on the edit button, which brings up our report again. If we click on edit query, we can now put some values in here that actually allow us to query based on the values that we've just, or we will be selecting. So the first one that we're going to filter on is country. And put country in there. Now the default value is going to be, now this is where we actually put in here P underscore country. Now this is actually a value that you're specifying and can be overwritten when we do our linking. And we're also going to put in our product line. So in product line exactly matches and you've got to note the brackets around it. And see if I can spell motorcycle right this time. Motorcycles. Okay. Now we have to come back in here and change these values again. As you can see, the report is now a lot smaller because it's only got 2 values. Okay, now what's happened is we've now got these 2 variables, one called P country and one called P line. What we're going to do is we're going to select P country to equal from our prompt values and P line to select from product line prompt value. Now, what will happen is if I add another product, it will automatically be shown inside the report. Now, we also get the same feature on our report designer reports. Now, when this report was originally created, we'll just bring it up. When it was originally created, it was built with some filters. Now, when the filters were actually, when you actually have a filter, you can add in all your values that you want. Plus, you can actually parameterize it by clicking on the tick and typing in whatever you want the parameter name to be. So here, we've got the parameter name, country and line. So again, we can come in here, change this to have be country, and that one to be product line, and apply. And then this list will be shortened down by US and Canada, by those three product types. We'll do the same here quite quickly. We've already seen how to do it once, so I'll just scoot through setting up this one. Country and USA, and we'll also put it on, we'll add in their product line. And product line exactly matches P line. Again, we've got to come back and set up our values. And we can hit OK. And now, as you can see, we've got a chart, which, a dashboard that is now, we'll just do our linkage. Now we've got a nice dashboard that's parameterized. I'll just open it up. So if we select vintage cars, we'll now see for Canada, vintage cars, and we've got vintage cars, classic cars and motorcycles down here. We could also change our values to show Australia if we wanted, and see how we're travelling in Australia. Okay, now just finally, we're going to quickly go back to our sales KPI dashboard, and in here we're going to link these reports together. So I'm just going to go and click on the edit. Now, just the same way that we had our reports before being able to link off the properties, we can also make them link from each other, which is really useful for giving like a drill down effect with inside of a dashboard. So the first part is I'm going to make this top report our main driver for everything else. So first and foremost, I'm going to select territory and line as being the two values that are going to be set up as properties to be used by the other reports. Now, in here, I'm going to select the global sales line and territory. Now, the interesting thing, and this is another new feature in 4.5, is you can add the parameters to your titles. So I've now got territory and line added to my actual title line. So when I click on the value here, when this refreshes, you'll also get the parameters in my titles. I'll just make the same changes here. Apply. Save that. We jump out of edit mode. Now what will happen is if I click that, what we'll see is it will now be broken down by that individual area and classic cars, and we should be able to get it to filter by different values based on the different selections up here. So that's all I've got for today's webinar series.